Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly read for this week. Uh, yeah, let's. Normally, I was just going to go right to the cards and wing it. I didn't have much to talk about, but just in today and yesterday for me, and then talking to other people, is we're going to talk a little bit about dreams right now. If, I don't know about you guys, but they've been completely kind of crazy. Um, so much going on in them, people from the past, people from the future, I want to say, because I don't know who they are. So just a lot going on. Um, yeah, I feel like the thing we want to do with them, though, is not like in the past, dreams were always put up for interpretation as to what the meaning of everything was in it. If that's working for you, great, totally do that. I'm thinking right now, though, a lot of what we're seeing play out in these dreams is just working on a very subconscious level and alerting us to things. And so I don't think we need to take them so personally that we are like frightened by them or, you know, even if it's a happy emotion. Um, it's just those things are being sort of integrated into the energy of our system. And so, like, don't beat yourself up spending so much time trying to analyze the meaning of everything. Definitely, like, if things are standing out for you, be looking at those, and looking up meanings and things like that. But don't take it so personally into heart that, you know, we're, so obsessed by it that and its meaning. I just think it's like at the moment we're getting so much integrated information that it's like our subconscious brain is like trying to play out what it can at night. Um, it's tricky though because I know, like, for me, these dreams, that song by Heart. I'm gonna use that as the theme song. Um, these dreams for me have been really. I know I'm restless all night, so I was trying to do this great thing this week of going to bed early every night. 11 o'clock is early for me. Um, But when I get up to bed, I'm like awake and I can't fall asleep. And so I'm usually not getting into that sleep till 12 or 1 anyway. Um, so, not that that's been a bad thing, but I feel like then once I sleep, it's just this heavy, deep sleep, but it's like working hard all night and it's interrupted constantly. And I've even noticed it in the dog, being restless and getting up more times than he usually does, or sleeping in the hallway instead of in the bedroom. So there's something going on where we are integrating energy at night, and I think it's kind of interesting because, like, in terms of the things coming in, is that I feel like we're in a bit of, again, one of those rest periods where it's like don't do too much, don't you know dive too down any rabbit holes, just kind of keep the status quo, keep your as rested and restored as possible. But then at night we're just working our butts off, integrating this stuff, and every night again we're hitting that same solar uh, coronal map or coronal hole that gave us the all the auroras is back facing us now, and we're getting M class flares off it and heavy ones. So, like, the potential for us having an X flare again, as well as the solar storm, they've already been predicting it's probably going to happen. See my auroras. So it's just kind of, this week is about keeping our wits about us, but investigate those dreams in terms of, I don't know the best way to say this, like, there's going to be some meaning in it that you can get. So don't dismiss them, um, but don't also take them so to heart that it's affecting your day to day life and goings on. So um, let's do the week read. See what go to the cards. See what the let's go to the cards and see what they have to say. Um, I have a feeling just because at the last minute I picked that as the theme, the stream things, is that let's ask the cards for a little bit of answers and see what's this all about. Do the general for the week and see the kind of energy we're supposed to be focused. We're get it's always strength again. The reason I love this card though is not so much the words, but the light, right? Coming in. The light is coming in. Um, and yeah, we're strong enough to do this. Is she holding a crystal in her hand? I think so. The words are, though, I wisely use my life force energy to create and direct my good work in the world. Yeah, I mean, we're still in this holding pattern of we're not fully into the energy yet. A lot of us are asking, like, what am I meant to be doing? And in the third dimensional world, things for people are really like slowing down and being kind of questionable about what I'm supposed to do. And I see a lot of people being guided into whatever their passions are, not so much about your career, your job, that kind of thing. I mean, your passion might end up being your career, and that's perfect. We're heading into more of that sort of thing, but we're sort of in this, yeah, we're sort of in this limbo land right now where it's like, what do I do? Like, what am I supposed to focus on? For me, that says the focus on is just continuing to direct your energy so that we're creating and doing good work in the world, right? And part of that good work is it's not just about helping others. It's about living our passions, doing the work that fulfills us, even though sometimes those things at the moment aren't paying the bills. We're not there yet where it's just like you live a passionate life and everything's taken care of. We see snippets of it, but we're not fully into it yet. So the thing that we're being asked to do is keep creating the good. Because the minute we start creating or falling into the bad, so to speak, then we're just going to manifest more of that. And that's not the energy we need to be working in right now. We need to be working in the energy of making, you know, everything as positive as possible so we can make the shift. I know it's hard. Like every day, I mean, I'm fortunate. For myself, I have a job that I am passionate about. I'm doing energy work and energy healing and massage and all of that. And I know that I'm helping people. The minute I start looking at those people as money, commodities, the means to an end, and not to say that that's negative stuff, but it is lower, it's a little bit lower energy, then everything goes to shit in my life, like terribly, and I barely pay rent and I barely do those things. But the minute I'm going into the office and I'm like, I helped this person today, I really connected with this energy, the minute I start doing that, things get better and easier. So hopefully you see what I'm saying here. It's like it's it's not massive changes we need to make. They're fairly minor. We just got to keep our wits about us. It's about keeping our wits about us and not dipping into that low energy. Because I mean, there's lots of it. You can pick all kinds of things to be worried about right now. Um, the thing that's really interesting though, and I know I've said this before, and I sound like a bit of a broken record, is it as tough as things are sometimes, I'm like, I feel like we're so close, yet so far away all the time. But the amount of stuff happening is like, if this happened, yeah, it's happening fast. It really, really is. I think June is going to be just like Disclosure Fest, like a festival. And then by end of June, it's like, it's time to take the reins and start fixing all the problems that we've created. Yeah, it's so funny. I was like, I didn't look at this card till just that second, but it was already in my mind's eye. Alchemy. This is what we're doing right now, right? You may not consider yourself an energy worker, but we all are. That is what we came here to do. whether you've taken any energy courses or anything like that. If you're watching stuff like this, it's not that you're out there, like you may not be practicing in public, but like it's like I always say to everyone, I teach Reiki, and I think Reiki level 1 minimum, everybody should have. Everybody should take it and be attuned to it because it's our spiritual first aid class. Um, and so we can help use that to heal ourselves, use it to heal our families, others. You can use it to heal plants, animals, the environment, water. Um, anyway, so I'm not advocating that you have to go take a Reiki class right now or get attuned. But if you're watching this, you have some degree, we all have this skill within us already. So we're just being asked to, I think this week is about definitely just allowing and being in the flow because everything is alchemizing. It takes time. It takes time for this energy to fully um, what's the word I'm looking for, to become cohesive with our system and for us to understand how we utilize it, how we work it. And that's why I think Sam's coming for a visit. Um, that's why I think this energy, these dream things are important too. Hey, buddy, want to say hi to everybody? Want to say these dreams are crazy? Yeah. He's been having so many dreams too. Like, he dreams like no dog I've ever met. Hi, buddy. I love you too. Okay. I almost feel like I don't know what shift is happening for him, but I feel like he's on the verge every day of actually speaking to me. So I don't know if it's going to be telepathically, but yeah, he's starting to really dig. I don't know. I don't know if he's loving this energy. Anyway, we're all alchemizing this right now. So the best alchemy story is gold, right? But the thing is that energetically, like, so lead into gold. That's the general alchemy story we know. The funny thing about alchemy is it can be alchemy of the soul too, alchemy of self. So we are all turning this heavy energy laden, like dense energy body into golden light, into the golden age. It's not a process that we just like connect a bunch of stuff and bam, it's done. This is a huge process. This is why all this energy is coming in from the sun. Is that, well, or the sun, if you want to call it that. I know a lot of people are like, there's no such thing as solar flares. And I'm like, maybe not, but that's the thing that we know at this point. The energy is coming from the central sun behind it, but that's a whole other subject. Anyway, so just be patient with yourself. We are just alchemizing everything right now. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. Just leave it there. Like there's nothing you have to do but just be receptive and understanding. Oop, there's two cards in the for the portal card for the week. Okay. So the other point of all this energy coming in and dreams is that it's a higher heart activation. Dropping our shields, divine love, your heart is healed. It's interesting, like you don't have to say like as humans we experience a ton of loss on this planet all throughout our life. It might just be our goldfish when we're a kid to a favorite grandparent, right? Or a parent. So this higher heart activation is it's bigger than the heart chakra. So it's just trying to get us to connect, to drop this energy on this planet of guarding our heart from all the trauma and tragedy we go through on this planet. To accepting divine love and just knowing like part of this process is we need to heal this heart. So I specifically asked about the dreams. So I don't know about you, but I've been dreaming a lot about people from not just from my past, but that have passed. So I think it's important that to understand the veil is thin and there is communication going on there. You don't have to completely understand what it is. Just know a lot of these, they're saying a lot of these dreams are coming in to heal our heart on a level that we're not even capable of doing, right? So again, let it alchemize, let it be a part of you. We also got the Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, and living with grace. So again, we're just new skills, energy, all coming online, and we're sensitive, right? Just embrace that. Understand that we're unique and that we're processing this. Um, and living with grace is just like that's the act. I always say that like two things I always want to do is go through everything with ease and grace. So that if that's your mantra every day, that's just putting it out to the universe to like, for me, grace is about being able to be heart centered, be in that divine love connection, and then and just grace to me also is like a state of peace. It's like I am one with divine grace and the energy of it, and I can just rest here because I know I'm safe, secure, held, taken care of, all of that. And so then knowing that the energy I can put out to others is a state of grace of like, I hold and welcome and love you too, without even needing to say anything. So that seems to be the thing for the week: love, grace, alchemy. But let's break it down into the first 3 days and the last three-ish, four-ish kind of, 7 days are hard to break up. Yeah, I randomly selected cards, so let's just woo that one. Those two jumped out. So let's look at Monday through Wednesday-ish. Could even carry into Thursday and then Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll see. See what the energy is here. But anyway, the big thing I feel is like, don't, like, again, we gotta stop being so harsh on ourselves. I know it feels like sometimes nothing is happening. Um, but I mean, it really is. So, um, it's just, enjoy these moments of peace when we get them. Sorry, I forgot. there's some cards in there that are actually no, they're in. Oh, see, there's some blank ones. That's what I was like. Uh, Oops, I'm gonna keep the blank one because, well, I'm gonna keep the blank one. We'll see what it means. We'll see. It might just be that like usually when a blank comes up like that, that it's like it doesn't look blank, does it? Yeah, it does. Um, it's trying to say something about the unknown or the unwritten. Like it's your canvas to create whatever goes on there. All right, let's see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday here. Okay, so first up, we've had this card before. Our beautiful planet, restore the natural world. So yeah, that's fine. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Is it Wednesday today? I'm like way behind. It's Wednesday today. Okay, so maybe carry this into Thursday a little bit, but yeah, just doing something to help the natural world. I know right now, like we can't go out and you can't. We could though. I was walking today with the dog, and there's freaking garbage everywhere, and I'm just like, come on, like, just pick up your stuff. Like, I just need to get like a glove and a bag and take it out and just do, even if I know it's just like that little piece, but it helps, right? So, and who knows, maybe just I planted some plants this weekend. To me, that's like, that's helping create beauty and bring the natural world in. And it's not just that it's, I get that those are cut flower, cut plants, but I also planted a garden for like to have fruits and vegetables. There's no fruit in there, but whatever. Anyway, it's doing something to like help because when you put flowers in the ground, I've already seen big jumbo bees in my sunflower, like, and I'm like, this is helping, right? This is helping. So there's something about that, but it's interesting because the second card we got for the beginning of the week is planetary cleansing. Keep your space pure and clear. We've had this card too. And again, we have the unicorn in there. And then all the ocean and rainbows. I think it's just like it's making that connection back to the natural world this week and keeping your, you know, it's just about the connection part of it. It's not about necessarily doing something. It's interesting because I'm going to skip to like the third card because we got sacral chakra, which generally is like balancing of masculine and feminine energy. But the biggest part about this is birth and rebirth and creating. It's about creating life. So I'm not telling you to go and make a baby. If you want to, go ahead. But this is more about creating projects, something to help, like start making putting things in place to cleaning up this earth. Again, I'm going to sound like a broken record again, but going back into things I've said before is like it's about the mindset we're putting out there. If we're spending all this time, especially if it's like a dream that upset you and you're obsessing or worrying over it, it's like we need to create the better version of that. Again, I'm going to go back to the saying I at the beginning of the year that someone said to me, "What is the best thing that can happen?" We are so attuned to going to the worst case scenario every single time. Every single time you catch yourself doing that, I want you to repeat, "What is the best thing that can happen?" And dream big. These cards are not, they don't have the unicorns and the fairies and the birds and the in it because, and this girl is like blowing bubbles and dreaming, right? She's not out there cleaning up the earth. She's blowing bubbles and enjoying the sky and the ground and being connected. It's the simple things that we need to do right now to clean up this planet and clean up the energy is to envision how it can be better, right? So, and again, in the manifesting process, we're not going out there going, well, it would be better if this politician was gone and this was gone. And that's all just creating more negative energy. This is about letting us just like with unabandoned wild, I don't even know the words. I just letting loose and creating and being like the best thing that could happen right now is that we live on a planet with sparkling water, clear, healthy water, and plants and animals and humans living in coexistence together. It's as simple as that, but we need to start. That needs to become our vernacular and our day to day instead of like, but I can't do it because this and not, because we just keep creating continual negative energy. So the beginning part of this week is definitely about creating better energy and scenarios for ourselves. We also got light-hearted kindness. Connect to the joy of being. This goes back to gratitude too, right? Again, lots of like the magical elements on this planet, fairies, unicorns, but the dolphins we have for real. But I always think they're more dimensional than just your average animal on this planet. The whales as well, right? Um, lighthearted kindness. Lighthearted kindness for me too. This is about you and yourself, and not being so hard on yourself this week about anything, about not getting things, about not being in the energetic flow. But this is about connect to the earth, connect to nature again, and connect to the joy of being. The fact that we're here, the fact that we're here, and we're going through this process, and it's hard sometimes, and it's awful, but we're really privileged to have gotten this opportunity. So we need to start, and that's I think why this blank came up too. It's like again, it goes back to that we can create any life we want, but it's not going to materialize tomorrow. But we have to be doing the work around this as much as possible. So we also got assemble, that's interesting, your desires. Gather the skills and materials for your purpose. Interesting. Because this is, I think, part of the question that's kind of stumping everybody right now is what is my purpose? We're back here again because the shift that's happening, um, being an accountant, being a gas station attendant, it doesn't like those jobs might not be a thing anymore. Like in New Earth, it may not be. So the purpose, your purpose isn't that though, right? Your purpose isn't your job. Your purpose is the energy that you're going to bring and change and how you're going to do that. So it does require us to start like really being honest with ourselves about what we want to see and um, what we want our purpose to be. So again, it's about doing the work. And I know, like again, broken record. Um, we also got this is Makia. Energy flows where attention goes. That's the manifestation. Sorry, I mean to do that. That's like manifestation 101. Energy flows where your attention goes. Again, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Pull yourself out of this worst case scenario. Because I think a lot of the times the dreams can be scary and or they don't make sense. And we're just like, I didn't like that. It didn't make me feel good. And it's like, that's okay. But reframe and step back a bit and just understand like we're going through a process, the alchemy process. It doesn't have to everything doesn't have to mean something. Everything might mean something. We live in a paradoxical kind of thing right now. Um, so we also got on that card is also it's about the goddess Pele, which is the goddess of fire and volcanoes. So um, that's usually like the burn it down to start again. So we know we're in the burn down and everything has to be like completely like so that we can start again and rebuild. But our desires and our purpose come from what we want to see. Gather our skills and materials. It also has on there focus and energy. Yeah, so it's focusing your energy in that right direction. Because if we're focusing on the worst case scenario, we're just going to keep manifesting it. So we've got to work on that. This also flipped out happiness card. So it's again, like that might be the simplest thing. What do you want to manifest? Happiness. What does that mean to you though? Like, you know, and dream and get those visions going because they're required right now because it's almost like we're at, the universe counter and like the hard part is that we're in there and we're looking up at the board and there is like infinite choices and it's like I don't know what to do. There's so much choice. So it's important to be like having that higher heart activation um, and what was the word on there? And connecting with the divine love, um, and just knowing like, yeah, we're getting the information given to us so we can do this stuff. We can make a choice. But we have to be an active participant, right? It's not just going to be handed to us. We have to do this work around it, and start really like again go back to that saying it for the rest of this week maybe is like when something bad happens or you're not sure about something. And this is not just about asking yourself and your higher heart and your higher self and your guides. It's asking the universe, like, what is the best that could happen? Show me the best that could happen. Just even leaving that out there would be interesting to see. It would just be interesting to see if, like the universe responds to that stuff. Show me the best that can happen. And just leave it out there. Like give it up to God and let it. I'm just gonna get an incense. I really like an incense. We're not even close to done the reading. And I'm already 30 minutes in. Oops. All right. We'll look at the end of the week here. But yeah, I'll be curious to see what the end of the week looks like. Anyway, the thing about it's funny because when I wanted to talk about dreams, there's also our waking dreams, right? Those are our passions, our desires, things we want to see. So it's getting clear on what those are too. Um, and keep, reiterating them. If you have to say them 10 times a day to the universe, but be saying them and be positive about it, right? That's the key. Okay, well, let's look at the end of the week, and then we'll sum things up. Getting the same cards. It's so interesting. But I when that happens, I don't mind it because you know that it's like I do this every week, and we probably could just do a monthly rate and it would be the same. But what it means for me is that we're on the right track and we need to focus on those things. That's all the universe is saying. Okay, interesting. Getting all the chakra cards. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see. First up, we got the population. Seize your opportunities. The end of the week, this is the thing, is like the population, we're in this process right now of where everyone's waking up, right? This is like the funny part is that I don't, you know, I can see where this comes from because it's meant to be negative and drag you down, but no, everybody gets to come along for this. It is their free will choice. Some people are going to choose to stay in lower energy for a little bit longer, maybe a few years longer, right? Again, time is not a thing. So, but people are going to choose, right? So, the population as a whole though is really coming online. I can see it every day. Um, I know a lot of us are like, I know there's moments you meet that one person and you're just like, oh no, this person is like they're in like a deep sleep. Like it's not my job to wake them up, but like I always said to someone when they were like, actually I say to everybody, sometimes we want things to happen for everyone around us a little bit faster, and I'm like, it isn't our job. That like, and the only person that controls the acceleration of this is the universe and God, right? Like they'll speed it up, and they have sped it up. In my opinion, we're way further ahead than we were supposed to be. I don't think any of this was really supposed to be fully in and done till 2030 and beyond. I think we're moving way faster. That's also probably why it feels like a year just goes blipping by because they're just trying to like accelerate us through this because they want it just as much as we do, right? Anyway, for me, this card is, and this when this card comes up now, I've started to understand seizing the opportunity is not about waking somebody up, but it's understanding that as those people wake up and you're there and you see it, is you're there to answer their questions or to help them or and I carry somebody on and then they plant seeds and they tell two friends and they tell two friends and so on and so on. Isn't that commercial? That's how it works, right? So just understand by the end of the week is like we're going to see a lot more. Basically, the craziness of the outside world is funny to me because, and here's why, and not wars, like not saying that, but every event that happens wakes somebody else up. So take it in stride and don't, again, it's like the dreams. Don't take it personally. It's not meant for you. Like it's meant we have to get everybody like we have to get to a status quo of enough people being awake. So yeah, just understand it is happening, right? It's almost like if you look at like these bodies going up into that's the ascension process. It's happening, right? Um, this person's working their magic, right? They're holding the portal in their hand. Um, and see, like, I've never really looked deeply at this card. So looking down here, there's a bunch of people standing in line or in awe. And then the lineup goes all the way here, and then people are ascending. Um, just understand that this is happening. And like, so seizing opportunities is like those moments of like, when you see somebody wake up and they're like blinking up, but they're like almost shell shocked. It's like, that's your opportunity to do the work and be like, are you okay? I can help you. Do you want me to help you? I mean, if they don't, they don't. But so I just feel like it's also saying, just looking at the other cards coming up, is that you're going to have opportunities this week. to share knowledge, and be more open about things. So take those opportunities, because those people need that help. They're not going to directly ask for help, but they might be questioning things, and you can stand in your truth and say it, and you know, yeah, and they can take it or leave it, or they can plant that seed. You plant the seed, they go away and it grows. That's just as good. So just be aware that there's going to be opportunities for that this week by the end of the week. Because the next card is called A Chance to Share. Authentic connection deepens love, healing, and understanding. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely people coming into our life that are going to require, um, the authentic connection is authenticity at its core is living your truth. So yeah, I really feel like people are going to start asking questions, and they're not going to be direct about it, right? Some people are going to come at it. So they might even come at it in anger. And it's just us doing our like ease and grace from the earlier part of the week and taking it in stride and just saying, hey, I got you. Like, how can I help you? How may I serve? Um, and then go from there, right? Deepen that connection to love, healing, and understanding. Understanding is probably the biggest one because people aren't always going to come at you like right with direct questions like, is this true? What is happening? I mean, they might. And there's definitely, I've seen that happening recently. But also, you have to remember too that all the souls, we're all on this journey. We all have a remembering of who we really are, as divine beings. So what's going to happen too is there's going to be just people that just wake up and go, wait a second here. I remember who I really am, and they're just going to need help, like navigating this the current status of where we are. They're not going to need a lot of help about. You might be able to, you can say XYZ to them and they'll be like, that's what I thought. That resonates as true. I'm so glad I found you. I want to talk about this. And that's the part where we help. And it's like, let them talk. Let them talk and be understanding about, there's I've had a lot of understanding this week about things that were done in the last couple of years. And I've had people say to me, like, that they actually now really respect my choices and my decisions. And I was like, thank you. I appreciate that because the past 3 years have been very difficult. um, so, it's just, yeah, and an understanding for what everybody else did. Everybody else had to make their choices for whatever side they had to make them for. It's about us coming together. Unity, it has to be about us understanding both sides and not finger pointing right, wrong. That old way has to be like completely die out. So it's just, yeah, I think understanding is, it's funny because I'm really distinctly hearing, the age of Aquarius in my head because there is the line about like describing what the age of Aquarius looks like, and it's harmony and understanding, truth, truth and sympathy abounding. I think I'd have to go look up those lyrics, but I'm gonna look up those lyrics. This video is gonna be like an hour long, but that's okay. If you want, if not, you can tune out at any moment. Okay, I need the end the words. Okay, where's the lyrics? I don't want to watch the video. Hang on. Okay. Oh, that's weird. It doesn't have the lyrics I need. That is so. Okay, hang on. It's just the sun part. Oh, that's weird. Wow. Okay. They're classifying the Let the Sunshine part as a second song, and I'm missing the. Okay, hang on. That's funny. It's just gonna thwart me, right? Yeah. Lyrics. Yeah, it just keeps going to this. Hmm. Right? Weird. What the- I've never seen it broken up into parts. Hang on. Okay, here it is. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. I did get that right. No more falsehoods or derisions, golden living dreams of visions, mystic crystal revelations, and the mind's true liberation. Yep, I think that's where we are. Understanding. We're getting to the understanding part. It's interesting though because then the next card we got, the first step was the base chakra card, so down at root. So when that comes up though, like with all of this kind of information going on, it's about making sure we're grounded in our approach. Like it's bringing it to earth. That's what it is. It's about we're bringing this down to earth to the population. Um, so to me, honestly, that's also a card about this is happening. This energy is coming in strong, true, um, and really kicking things into gear. We also got with this one the passion card, which is desire, fun, fulfillment, and joy. Again, heart chakra card. It's about really that heart chakra opening, and desires come up a few times for sure. So in the last couple of weeks have been fun and joy. Fulfillment. Fulfillment is again going back to those questions earlier in the week of like, what does make me happy? What is my joy? Our two other cards are well, inspiration. Again, it's like having ideas and creating, again, visions, mystic crystal revelations. Like, what is that even? Well, create it, understand it, figure it out. It's really important right now that we're visualizing and creating and manifesting for the greater good, the best that can happen. And then to end this week, you got the love card. It's just bringing in more energy of love, right, Sam? You gonna wait till I'm done? Okay. See, I think he's like steps away from, I think he's either going to telepathically talk to me. He's been whining at me all the time. And I think it's like, there's something about, like, he's trying to communicate in the way he knows how, but I just don't speak the language. All right, let's wrap up the week and wrap up this video before it is an hour long, but probably still might be. If you stuck through this, good for you. Thank you. Okay, we got the moon. We're a ways away from the new moon. Yeah. So we won't read it as the moon, but I always read the moon as more of like it's your intuition card, which it does say on there. I use my intuition and intelligence to guide me at all times. So yeah, as things are coming online and going through, just make sure you're tapping in. The key is that we need to be not just authentically living our truths. We need to understand um, that we need to listen to our intuition. The moon, too, I would say this is again about the dreams. So it's not so much that we're interpreting them. Um, I always was told, like with dream interpretation, if you really want to do it, is to like sit down and write down like as much as you can remember of it, and then circle keywords, and then you could look up those keywords as like their meanings and things like that. It's kind of like reading cards. It's like I could go through the book right now and read the cards and the definitions that someone else did, but it's really about tuning into your intuition and asking and listening for the answer. So if you really need to like have an understanding of those dreams to alchemize them, then do a little bit of work around it. Write again, we're back to the writing. Write down some stuff. And you don't have to remember. The thing is that like they're tough. Dreams are sometimes tough to remember as well. So it's sort of important that we're like, um, you know, like, but the thing is your subconscious does remember it. So that's why automatic writing or subconscious writing is probably going to be your best thing. And just to free form write what you saw, what you remember, and then circle keywords. Okay, interesting. To sum up the week, we got the patterns card. Um, this card always is, I always feel like it's holding on to what we used to know. Um, why this is coming up? Because I feel like the rest of the reading was more about us already being open and stuff. Um, this might come from other people, and so they still are going to be closed off and holding on to those patterns. And again, our understanding is just let them do that. Um, that one's throwing me a bit. Patterns. I'm gonna ask for a. Yeah, actually, okay. I flipped up the top card. We also got moderation. So this is really just coming in back to the alchemy card from the beginning of the week. Is we're still working through our our patterns, our habits, our all of those things, the things we cling on to. Um, so again, go easy. These cards are like the earth, sacred earth are all like go easy on yourself. Do this in moderation. It does not need to be done. Um, I would say though, looking at this card though too, is like she's got this really like meditative, almost like prayer, like, and the hummingbirds are there, and so it's like just let the energy flow through you. But it's again like the beginning of the week is going back to this nature connection, right? Deeply into this nature connection. All right, let's do one portal card for the summing up the week. We got the Arcturian light codes, evolutionary downloads, recalling power, future thinking. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like that's the big thing right now. Is I think a lot of these dreams too are working out things for us so that we understand that we are dealing with the future that is coming up, and we do have to dream it into being. So if we're not spending enough time during the day doing that, it's kind of doing it for us. So at night, so like yeah, your dreams are crazy, but it's like showing you things you need to know, but you don't understand, but at a subconscious level, you do. So that's why I say don't panic about these dreams. Okay, I did 3 consciousness cards from the Christ deck. Unity, coexistence, and tolerance. That just means that goes back to that the population card. More and more people are coming online. We just have to not just coexist and tolerate what they're doing, but it's just like it's the understanding card. We have to have understanding to get to unity, right? Of everybody's different opinions. We're getting there. It's close, but it's not close enough sometimes. Gratitude, appreciation, and thanks. Again, it's just like sometimes the easiest thing to do in a day is just be like, thank you. Thank you for this experience. Thank you for this life. Thank you for all the amazing connections I have. Thank you for Sam. Thank you for nature. Thank you for the hummingbirds, the flowers, the trees. Just keep putting it out there because those are the things we want more of, right? The things that we're grateful for, that's what we want more of in New Earth all the time. So that's the easiest way to manifest, usually. That's kind of rule number one is have gratitude for everything you already have so that it can amplify. We also got Jesus and Mary Magdalene, shared mission. I just think, again, this is always like, um, we're coming together. It's interesting. If you look at the cards, right, it's like, again, it doesn't, when we talk about like twin flames or that kind of thing, but look at this is just love, hugging, unity, and love. I know. So it's just, yeah, it's like hold those, hold what you already got, those people close to you. Um, be grateful for what we have and let's amplify that. And when those people come to you that need help, the rest of the population, be there with open arms and be understanding and be kind, and don't judge and don't um, get into the right, wrong, I told you so, any of that stuff. All right. It's an interesting week. These dreams. Keep having your dreams. Keep creating your own dreams, your visions, your desires, your wants, your gratitude that you want to expand for things you already have. That's our job this week. All right. Take care of yourselves. I guess I'll be back for the week read next week and then the portal, the 6-6 portal. Although I get we're not on that calendar, but I'm doing it anyway. There's also something going on that day too, the 6th. That might be even the new moon, so pretty close. So maybe I'll just combine them. Anyway, we'll see. Take care of yourselves. I love you. Keep breathing. Keep dreaming. Woo, free up storage space. It means it's about to cut this video off. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye.